Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies and Enchanted Paper Cottage over on TikTok. I'm here today with a big Destash video. All of the things I'm going to show you today are a result of me cleaning and reorganizing and purging some of the things that were in my craft area. So I'm going to be doing a few videos of Destash, but this one is going to be the largest one and the most deeply discounted one. So I'm going to be putting up large packs or large lots of things for a very deeply discounted price. In the future ones, I will be they're going to get less and less deeply discounted because this first lot is, or this first round is what I really need to move out. And as it goes on, it's going to be things that I want to get rid of, but I don't have to based on my area or my space. But because the packs are going to be so big, that means that they're going to be heavy, which means that there's going to be a higher shipping price. So I want to work with you guys. I want for both of us to benefit from this. So if you end up buying 2 listings and they can fit into a what do you call it? A flat rate shipping, either padded envelope or box, that's gonna cut down on the shipping cost, I will work with you. And if you do plan to purchase more than one thing, let me know so that I can kind of give you a heads up on how much it's going to end up being, and I will refund you the shipping. I want you to get a good deal, and I want me to get a good deal, something good out of this. So I don't want anyone having to pay too much shipping because the shipping costs have really gone up. Okay, let me see. Oh, and if you end up purchasing over $75 on my shop, it will be free shipping. So however that ends up working out, I will refund you all of the shipping charges. All right. So yeah, those are the 2 main things before we get into this. If you purchase more than one listing or from more than one listing, I will combine the shipping for you and make it as good of a price as possible. That's one thing. And the second thing is if you buy more than $75, it's going to be free shipping. All right. So, as I mentioned, these are very deeply discounted. So if you're looking to build your collection, to get a good deal, this would be a great time. All right. These books are not very old, but I think they would make great additions to your junk journaling supplies. This is a Betty Crocker cookbook. It's from 1987, and it's in pretty good condition, like the spine and the pages and everything. There are some yellowing around the edges, just the very edge of the page, although we like that, right? There's a little bit of buckling here on some of these pages. It doesn't look like any water damage. It just looks like a little bit of buckling. And the spine is a little bit faded, as you might be able to see there. So this is going to be one listing, and this is going to be another listing. I may be adding more books in the next round. All right. Now, I'm going to flip through some of the pages so you can kind of see what the pictures look like. There are some pages back here that, like I said, they are a little bit warped, but there doesn't seem to be a water damage. It's just like bent, or I don't know why some of the pages are stuck together. but make note of that. There was some note in here from someone gave it as a gift, so I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to leave this here as well. I thought that was cool that there's some typewriting font there. They did use this book, so it has some things in here that you would expect from a well-used cookbook, and some of the pages are just slightly, like, they definitely opened this up and used it, so like you can see that it cracked open right there. But yeah, so this one will be in my Etsy shop along with this one. This is a Pillsbury cookbook. It's a binder, and the binder is cracked. Now, of course, that's fine for us because we turn these into junk journals, but I wanted you to make a note of that. The pages are yellow. The end papers are yellow. This is from 1989. I love some of the pictures in here. This one. It is from 1989, but there is a vintage feel to it, in my opinion. I mean, I know it's technically vintage, but there is like a more vintage feel than it being from 1989, I think. So these are some of the pages here. Although it would be nice to go back to 1989 too. And there are tabs in the back. It doesn't look like they used these tabs. It should be used to separate the different sections here, but they kept it all in the back. And these tabs are nice and yellow, so that's really cool. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to move on to the non-book items. I have a bunch of these sewing pattern instructions and tissues. They are going to be, I have 4 different packs, and as you're going to see, there are lots of cool pictures in here. Whether you're looking to buy vintage tissue pattern or the instructions, you're going to get some patterns and some really cool pictures. If I would have been making junk journals out of these vintage sewing patterns, I would have totally used up the instructions, but I use these just to make those bind it all notebooks that I make sometimes, so that's why these are left over. But the images are really cool. So there's this one. These are going to be listed separately, and they're going to be called set A, B, C, and D. So you just look for what's on the cover. And I have folded the instructions in with whatever tissue came with that envelope. So I don't know how much the person cut up or if all the pieces are there, just whatever was in the pack, I kind of wrapped it with those instructions. And some things are just out in the open because I didn't know where it came from. So there's that. This one is super cute. I love using these images in my junk journals. And I've never sewn with these, but this looks uncut. There's some images in here. There's the front image. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is just show you the main, like what would have been on the cover. This was one of my favorites. Alright, so this is pack. This is one of the packs. Like I said, I named them A, B, C, and D, so you can look at the images within that listing. So there's one right there. There's this pack right here. I liked this one just because it's so different. This one was really pretty too. And I really liked this one. It feels 70s. I wonder why I put this in here. Well, this one gets this one too. So that's another pack right there. And then we have this one. So cute. And then this one. This one was a very 80s outfit. I wonder if the... I thought the ladies would be on there somewhere, but they're not. This children's pattern. So as you can see, each one contains quite a few. It's a nice little stack here, and you get a good amount of images. Alright, so let's say you buy 2 packs. I will figure out the most economical way to ship it and make sure that it's as good of a price as I can make the shipping. And any overages will be refunded to you. Alright, so there are those. Try to put this down here. I did a lot of clearing out of my space, but it's still quite crowded around here. All right, now I'm trying not to pull my microphone. All right, the next thing we're gonna go through is this pack right here of fabrics. All of this fits into this padded envelope, so it will be shipped in that. And we'll go through, some of these are vintage, some of these are thrifted, and some of these are new. So I have this length right here. I don't have the yardage, so this is just a lot. Okay, so there's some of that floral right there, and you can make a doll out of this. I'm pretty sure all the parts are still here. So if you purchase this and you wanted to make this doll, I'm pretty sure all the parts here, 2 legs, 2 arms, the back legs, let's see. It looks like everything's still here. Can't guarantee it because I have never made anything like this. I don't know what all the parts should be, but it looks like it's all here. So that's one piece. I have this dress. I used part of it already, but it's a very cute pattern. I can see this being in like a vintage retro journal or something kind of 70s. I think it's super cute. This was thrifted. I have some bits here of like a boho pattern. I have some vintage pieces right here. I have this right here. I think someone was going to embroider on this, but it's very faint, and this fabric would be good in like a boho journal or like a Marie Antoinette or something. I have this piece with this doll on here, and then another piece with this doll. I have some vintage lace, a little pack of it right here, a doily, some vintage lace that was from a pillowcase, a little length of lace right here. So this is a good way to get just little bits and pieces of things that will go a long way in a junk journal. Some more lace. This is like a very pretty, thick white lace. Some turquoise lace here. This is pretty thick as well. This is held together by paper clip. I don't think that's necessary. This is a little ribbon with some farm images. Oops. And then there is more lace, a little length of this, some eyelet type lace, some cream lace right here, Get a good length of that. Some eyelet, some pink butterfly appliques, another piece of an applique, part of a doily, part of a sari trim, some vintage fabric right here, it feels like upholstery fabric right here. It's a pretty good length. It's very boho-ish. This is from a vintage sheet, I believe. There's some yellow and green flowers on there. This is I don't know what it came from, but there's an embroidery of someone playing golf. It's pretty cute. I would totally keep it, but I don't think, like, I would use probably the tree and the lady, but I wouldn't use like the golf element, so I didn't want to just cut everything else, you know, like just toss the golf part. So I'm including it in there. Here are some bits and pieces of vintage fabric that probably someone was cutting up to put in a quilt or something. A little piece of this. This came from a vintage dress. This is some pink, like checked fabric right there. Some brown with white polka dots right there. This was a thrifted baby dress, and I thought the flowers were so cute. I love these flowers. This is really cute too. There's like a little bit of a fringe right here. This is a little piece with some birds on here, purples. This is a larger piece of what we saw before, the little scraps from before. It's like vintage, I don't know if that's calico. And there's this piece right here. It kind of reminds me of boho a little bit. And then there's this right here. And there's quite a bit of this. All right, so that is going to be one listing. All right. Next, we have this right here. So there's some ball chain right here, some braiding cord. I used this to make, see if we can take this off fairly easily. I used this cord to make these types of dangles right here. And these have all kinds of beads. Wood, plastic, acrylic, glass. So that's what I use these types of cords for. And then we have the main bulk of this. There are 2 bead organizers, and I actually dropped that bead out. So there's all types of beads in here. Large beads. These look like metal beads. These beads right here. Wood beads. These very boho-ish beads. I have a lot of those in here. In here. This one right here. Very large beads, and these are really good quality beads. They're like fancy. I just don't, it just doesn't match my style, and I don't have room for it. These two colors right here that I think would go well with like boho. I have a variety of bead caps here. Some are vintage. This was vintage. Oh, some of these got mixed because it kind of slipped over. I have these more oblong bead caps. And then, so there's these bead caps, these ones, and this. And then there's a different color bead cap down here. These are good for large beads. They're perfect for it. So if you don't have bead caps, there's gold and like a dark silver of different varieties in here. And there's a lot in here. And then these are the more feminine beads right here. More playful, feminine, whimsical. I hope I've been in frame. So there's these little hearts right here, some little horses, and these are pony beads, as well as right here, some more colorful beads. And like I said, I use a lot of these types for these right here, which I love making these. And we have some bead caps right here, some more colorful beads here, some bows. I think these are so pretty. Some hearts right here. And I really love these ones right here. And then we have some larger ones. I think these ones are really pretty. But yeah, so this is going to be one listing, this whole pack right here. And I think it's a really good price if you're trying to build up your bead collection. Because like I said, these ones are actually really like cool beads. Like they're all very different and they're really good quality. And they do fit in here. So they will ship in here. I don't remember how I had this. So let's say you decide to buy this little bead situation here, and then you buy, let's say, the patterns. If I shipped them the way I have them listed, it's going to cost more. So I will find the best way to put them into one box or something that's going to lower the shipping cost. And then I'll refund you the overage. Alright, so now we have this listing right here. These are all kinds of laces, trims, fancy trims, vintage lace. I think this is vintage lace right here. You get quite a bit. This right here is like a sticker, and it's a length. This right here, I believe, is vintage lace right here, and you get quite a bit. And this really pretty lace here. Have I been out of frame this whole time? Let me show you guys again. So this one right here. this one right here. I have a second set of this cord trim right here. This, like, it seems like it's crocheted. And this is the same thing in a different color. And then we have some gimp trim here. And some of this really fancy trim right here. Alright, so that's another lot. I'll put it back later. Alright, then we have a humongous lot of napkins. There are 2 rolls of double-sided tape. Now my intention with this is, if you want to just use a double-sided tape for whatever you need, that's fine too. But I make a lot of the homemade tape with this double-sided tape using napkins. So that's why I decided to include that in here. I just realized that my camera was zoomed in. I think that's why the lace was so like weird, like in frame. All right, now we have, there's going to be 70 napkins in here. So if you want to build up your napkin collection, this would be a good way to do it because it's going to be a very good price. But there are these pink napkins, these yellow napkins right here, this really pretty botanical napkin here. So pretty. I love these colors. And this botanical red one, I love this as well. Just the very, it's almost like a textbook, but it's pretty. And then this one as well. Love these colors. Just note that the picture is only on 2 sides, so that the other 2 sides are blank. And then there's this one right here. I guess I should just show you the front and the back. And there's this oblong one. Actually, this one has different pictures. So that's what this one looks like. And there's these ones. Blue roses. And then there's this bird one. I love this bird one. And then these florals, very bright. And some more bird ones. And then another one with birds. This has more of a watercolor feel to it, I think. Alright, so that will be one listing. I'm running out of room here. Alright, this is a ginormous lot of ribbons. I think there's 41 spools in here. And I'm going to include this carrier thing for free. It's not meant for ribbons, but it works perfect for ribbons. And it would be even good if you travel and you craft, because this holds a lot of stuff. It's just like a Mary Kay thing. But there's a handle here. There's a hook here so you can open it. Just hang this from something and then display all of your craft things. Now, this has a bunch of ribbons though. Some are new, some are used. So it's just a mishmash. I'm going to show you the different ribbons. So there's some rickrack right there. Some floral ribbon. This is stretchy ribbon. This is floral and stretchy. There's some cord right there. Some floral ribbon. And it just goes down. And I think this comes across as well. Just Velcros in there. So it's a really cool case, and I'm just going to include it for free. Just Velcros right back in there, and then it zips, and then you can just pull things out from here. So this one has this lavender or light purple ribbon, some metallic, pink metallic cord or gimp it looks like, this glittery ribbon, some more of that stretchy ribbon, some printed ribbon right there, white, a blue trim, some more floral ribbon. This is like a beaded ribbon, and then there's some kind of like gimp right there as well. And then these are more basic ribbons right here. That's some light pink tulle. Yeah. So this will actually fit into a medium, what do you call it? A medium flat rate box. So I found that to be the best way to ship this. And let's say you decide to get this and this right here. If I can fit both of these into a large flat rate shipping box and it makes the shipping cost go down, I will try to do that, and I'll let you know what the total ends up being, and refund you the difference. All right. Next, I have a listing for a bunch of vintage soda labels. There are a lot in here. There's a lot. Can't remember the exact number right now, but you will see it will be all detailed in the listing. So you get a bunch of these red ones, the black cherry. You get a bunch of these orange ones. 2, 3, 6, 8. Yeah, 10 of each. I believe these are all 10 of each, I believe, but check the listing just to be sure. This color, this color, this color, and this color. Then there are some of these, as well as these, and then this one, and this one, and then this one. And then all of these have like a little like label that goes around the neck of the bottle. So they all have, like, each of these colors has one of these. So that's going to be a listing. This this is a good way to get like a lot of vintage labels for your journals for a really good price. And shipping on that is not going to be so bad, I don't think. And then there are just a bunch of flashcards here, and library cards, and shipping labels. These shipping labels have stamping on them. I actually stamped this a long time ago, and I kind of inked the edges as well. I think there are 75 total here. And again, if you buy something small like that, and I can fit it into another package, if you buy another listing, that will really save on shipping. All right, and then we have a whole bunch of metal cutting dies. All right, let's go over this first. It's the entire alphabet, and it's the alphabet and then numbers, and I think some punctuation as well. So it's a die. It looks different, but it'll just cut out these letters right here. So A through Z, 0 through 9, and some punctuation marks. And this actually comes with a little carrying case, which is this. They just all fit into those slots there, and you can like shuffle through them. But if you want this, I'm gonna have to put it into a different box instead of this padded envelope, so that it's going to make the shipping cost go up. So if that's what you want, then let me know in a message on Etsy that that's what you want, like that you want the case for this. But if you don't want the case for that, you're going to have to message me before you purchase it, because I'm going to have to put that shipping price in. But if you purchase as is, it will come in this envelope. So it comes with those letter dies, letters and numbers and punctuation. It's gonna include this. It's called, so this is a embossing folder by Anna Griffin. It's called Amelie Lace, and it's really beautiful. I think I had a sample. Let me grab it really quick. I think it's this one, yeah. So that's how it embosses. Anything Anna Griffin is really beautiful. And then there's this one. It's called Juliet Lace. I don't think I have the sample for this one, but you can take a look there. And then I have this embossing folder. And then I have these. Now most of these are unused. This one is from Spellbinders, and it's this lacy frame right here. There's 3 different frames. This is also Spellbinders, and there's 4 dies here. There's this one, there's this one, there's this one, and there's this one. So you can make frames with these, and this would be really good for like a label. But there we have that. And then we have another Spellbinders one. There's 1, 2, 3. And then we have this one that, it's this one right here. Yeah. Let's open it. So it is magnetic. I guess the carrying case. It's so hard to take it off. So there are these parts. They're so thin and delicate. If you're looking for just like square dies, this would be great for that. I love basic shapes. Okay, so there is, let me move this. There's a polka dot one, and there's a triangle one. And it cuts out the middle piece right here. So there's one piece of this and one small square or rectangle right there. So I guess you can use, you would pick one or the other for the front of the card, I'm guessing, and then you cut out the little squares for the entire card, I guess. Alright, so there is that. And then there are these dies right here. It's like a travel theme. There's a jet, and then this, I can't see what this says. Oh, discover. Like a little thing that they stamp when you mail something. Ticket right here, a globe type die cut right there, and some other little odds and ends. And this makes different shapes, so you pick what kind of shape you want, and then this connects in and it'll cut out like that. So there's different combinations that you can make. There's this side corner type thing from Spellbinders. And then there's this one. This is from Crafter's Companion. And this one has never been opened. Neither has this one. Most of these haven't been used, but some of them haven't been opened. And then there's two of these. What's it called? Tags. Tag dies in two different sizes. And then there's this one. And like I said, that will ship in a flat rate padded envelope, unless you want the carrying case for this. And if you do want that, please let me know in a message on Etsy. And of course, if you make other purchases and I can add this into a box with your other purchase to bring the shipping cost down, I will do that. Alright, and I believe this is the last little batch. This is just a bunch of paper things. A nice variety. You will get some of these bags. like lunch bag size. You will get some of these vintage, they're not vocabulary, but it's for school. And this is how the front looks. Some cards and envelopes. So there are those two. And then these boho looking cards. And there are their envelopes. Some vintage bags right here. These are really good in a junk journal as a pocket. It has that vintage feel to it. I think it was from a store from like the 80s or before. And then some flashcards and library cards. A few of these while you were out pads. Some crypto playing cards. Some vocabulary type cards or letters. And then some of these cards, they're vintage. They have like a vintage look to them, but they're not vintage. And then some tickets right here. And some shipping tags. I think these are shipping tags, right? And they're stamped. I stamped them before and I inked the edges in black. But yeah, so those are what I am destashing in my Etsy shop right now. Message me if you have any questions about shipping or if you're interested in certain listings, and we can figure out a best way to ship it that's gonna give you a good deal. But this video has gone on for a long time. I hope you saw something that you liked. And again, this is a great way to build your stash or get a really good deal. Go on over to my Etsy shop if you're interested. I will leave a link down below. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.